When those freezing temperatures hit, one of the most expensive and stressful problems people face is not going to be your power outages or your empty shelves. It's burst pipes. And the worst part, most pipe damages happen quietly overnight when everything seems fine. Today, we're going to walk through a simple, calm, proven ways to protect your pipes, whether you live in a house, a mobile home, or on a homestead, without panic, without expensive upgrades, and without guesswork. This is preparedness you can actually use. First and foremost, we're going to talk about why these pipes are bursting, the basics, because basic understanding is going to help you reduce some fear. Pipes don't burst because it's cold outside. They burst because the water freezes, expands, and has absolutely nowhere to go. That pressure is going to build up, right? And then the pipe is going to fail because of that. Often not where it froze, somewhere at a weaker spot down the line, okay? I don't think I ever showed you guys the inside of our setup here for a well. That's why people wake up to flooding even though nothing looked frozen the night before. Preparedness here is all about that pressure relief and heat retention, not over complication, I would say. You want to know your risks as well. Every home is gonna have their vulnerable areas, like their exterior walls, under their sinks, their crawl spaces, right? Basements, outdoor spigots. This is a big one right here. Okay. We have a cold front. It's going to be pushing wind chills in the single digits here. 8 degrees, folks. Your mobile home underbellies, if you live in one. On your homesteads, your well lines, like we have right here. Your barn water lines. Guys, your livestock waterers, your automatic ones. Preparedness starts by knowing where your water actually runs, not just where your faucets are. If cold air can reach it, guys, it's at risk. PVC is big on that, on freezing, man. You want to make sure you keep your water moving. It's one of the most effective and honestly the simplest technique. You want to let a faucet drip slowly overnight. A steady drip. It will help relieve the pressure in your lines. It'll prevent freezing. It will be it's going to cost a lot, way less to let your water run overnight on a drip line than it would the repairs needed for a busted pipe. I'm telling you right now, guys, this is especially important for lines that are on your exterior walls, or the way we have our well set up here. We live in zone 10A, so this is very, very uncommon. We're getting cold tomorrow night. That is going to be making, it hasn't gotten this cold in over 50 years, they're saying. So this is not a normal thing. It's also especially important for older plumbing or homes that are on slabs. This is not a waste. This is damage prevention. You want to insulate what you can quickly. You don't need to remodel, okay? Quick is going to win here. Your foam pipe sleeves, if you're familiar with those, we're going to use things like old towels or old blankets. Fleece actually works just fine. We're getting some of that. Cardboard wind blocks and crawl spaces. Insulation around your well heads. We're going to close these sliding doors here to help with that. Your outdoor spigots, you want to disconnect your hoses. You're going to drain your lines, right? Cover with insulated caps or wrap towels, okay? You're not going to add heat to it. You're going to use your heat strategically. You don't need to blast your heat. I would say don't shut it off, though. Okay, minimum rule. Try to keep the indoor, not that this is hard for anybody. It's certainly not hard for us. You don't want to keep your, you do want to keep your indoor temperatures above 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Open your cabinet doors under your sinks and allow warm air to circulate. That's why you're keeping that stuff open, okay? On your homesteads, make sure if you have heat lamps, they're secured properly. Insulate your troughs. If you can, I hope you can. If not, crack some ice, I guess. Backup water plans. If your lines do freeze, they shouldn't, though, if you're doing that drip line technique I mentioned. I've actually got our irrigation going right now, the day before. I'm going to get some deep water going on our trunks. It helps. The trunks and your root systems on your plants, if you guys have any gardens, to get that trunk nice and set up before. Look at that. couple friends there. If water stops flowing, if a pipe does freeze, shut off the main immediately, okay? Open the affected faucet and apply gentle heat like a hair dryer or towels, okay? Please do not use an open flame on it. If a pipe bursts, shut off the water immediately. Shut off electricity near the flooding and drain the system. Preparedness isn't about avoiding every single problem. It's about limiting your damages, okay? And we're being real here. Some common mistakes to avoid with homesteads and pipes bursting and freezing temperatures. Turning off your heat immediately. Forgetting your outdoor lines. Man, that's a big one. Assuming it won't get that cold here. Good Lord, the amount of people... Look, man, in the veteran community too, you know, speaking as one, guys are stubborn, and homestead community gets pretty stubborn too, and good old boys and country boys, they get stubborn. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna get cold, you know. You don't want to wait until the pipes freeze or act. Cold snaps don't give warnings, but preparedness does. I'm going to give you a calm mindset closure here. This is what calm preparedness looks like. It's not panic. It's not fear. You're not buying everything at once. You're just understanding systems and protecting them ahead of time. I'm putting this video out beforehand. Hopefully you get to see it before this cold front hits you guys. If this kind of calm, practical preparedness is helpful in any way for you, a reminder like, oh crap, I need to go, you know, do this, that, and the other with your lines, consider subscribing. We focus on real world current events, homestead systems, and stability over panic, okay? We do gardening, chickens, goats, ducks, horses, you name it. Preparedness does not start when something breaks. It starts with knowing what to protect.